liminal, meaning we can't, no light can come in, no knowledge, no truth can come in. And then he said, and now all that is left for us to do is to extinguish their desire to see the light, and we will be safe. Why did they use that language? That their security lied in keeping the mind of the slave wrapped up in darkness. Because when knowledge comes to the black man and woman of America, we will see we no longer niggers, Negroes and colored people, coons and buffoons. We are the descendants of the God of the universe. We are in fact God. And according to the prophecies, God said he will take the first and make it last. Take the last and make it first. Well, we've been in that last position ever since we've been in America. And when knowledge comes now, the security of those that are first and in the highest position is threatened, because every time they look at you, they see their replacement. So they're not going to teach you that which will free you in the schools. They're not going to teach you that in the church. Not their church. They're not going to teach you that anywhere. You got to come here to get that. All so it was paganism amalgamated with principles of Christianity. The Easter parade represented the celebration of the newness of spring. As winter left and spring came, you saw the earth being replenished again. Trees growing, flowers growing again. So they believed that their God, they successfully pleased the God and he returned, because the days got longer again. And what these savages, these pagans, these heathens would do would be to take the virgins of the village, gather them all together, deck them out with flowers in their hair. You know, that's the same flowers y'all got in the Easter bonnet, the Easter hat. And then march them in the Easter parade through the village. And then at some point, they would disperse and run and hide into the caves and hillsides of that particular village. This is where you get the Easter egg hunt from. Huh? Eggs hidden in different places. And then you send your children to go and find them. Is that right? Where does this madness come from? The basket in which are the eggs represents your womb. The eggs represent the many eggs that flow from you every month. Your ability to reproduce. Now you got rabbits. Now what the heck do rabbits have to do with chicken eggs? So now you got a rabbit involved. So in the womb or in the basket are eggs of different colors. It really means because you have every color in you, dear sister. You can produce black, brown, red, yellow, and white. So the eggs, you got to paint the eggs, indicating that you have the ability to produce the human family, because you are the mother of civilization and you are the mother of humanity. And so you got eggs of different colors in a basket. Come on, brother. Teach. And you got a rabbit representing fertility. Come on. Because the rabbit is the most reproducing animal in the animal kingdom. So you got a rabbit to represent fertility. You got eggs of different colors to represent your potential to produce children of every hue, because you can. You see? Now you hiding in a cave. And then the men got to search you out. And when the men search you out, they break up into orgiastic activity. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is not Easter. This is not the resurrection of Jesus Christ. This is the pagan worship of the god Astarte. after you finish worshiping what is called Saturnalia, or the day where your sun god has left you. So it's paganism, heathenism, wrapped up in Christianity. And in this paganism, in this heathenism, enters Santa Claus. He comes in and he puts presents underneath the tree. But Jesus wasn't even born on December 25th.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because according to the history of climate in that area of the world called Palestine, now called Israel, at the time that they refer to Jesus was born, they say the flocks were abiding in the field. But there were no flocks in the field in December because of the climatic conditions. It was winter and the shepherds weren't in the field, nor were the sheep, nor were the animals. So if it was winter then and it's winter now, then Jesus was not born then. But so what's important about December 25th? If Jesus wasn't born, then who was? Have you heard of Nimrod?
Yes, sir. Come on now.
Huh? Nimrod, a wicked king that broke the civilization of Moses, because Moses, or Musa, was sent to the Caucasian when we drove him out of the Holy Land and dragged him into the caves and hillsides of Europe. He went savage. This is where you get your caveman from. Huh? This is where you get the Flintstone cartoons from. You weren't the cavie, he was. He went on a quest for fire. Is that right? You remember that picture? He had to go on a quest for it because he didn't have it. He ate his food raw. So when you in the restaurant, you hear them order, they'll say, how do you want it, sir? Make mine rare.
Yeah, eating.
And here you come with your foolish self trying to be like that, knowing good and well you don't like no uncooked meat. How would you like yours, sir? Oh, I would like mine rare as well.
You're sick.
You want yours well done, don't you? Tell the truth. But he just recently got fired. We taught him how to cook his food. Huh? I can't blame him. He just recently got it. You see? He's the caveman. He ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. Nothing to do with Christ or Christianity. It's paganism. And so the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, boycott Christmas. I got to rush to a conclusion. Now, there's so much more to this, but I don't want to keep it. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, boycott Christmas. Well, we should boycott it because it's a lie.
That's right.
You don't want your children's minds being shaped by falsehood, do you?
Sir.
So we should boycott Christmas, kick Santa to the curb, and bring Jesus back in the picture. And on December 25th, we shouldn't be running to the stores now and up to then, spending our money to buy toys and this, that, and the other for our children. On December 25th, we should gather the family to the table and talk about Jesus.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes,
Sir.
Beautiful conversation.
Yeah, beautiful conversation. If you don't want to throw the liquor bottle away, you ain't got strength enough to do that, then just put it in the cabinet. At least for that day. I can imagine how hard sometimes that might be. What? I can't get I don't even know it's Christmas. I can't have a drink. I can't have no drugs. I can't. You mean I can't sniff no cocaine? Because you see, in this society, things don't go better with Jesus on December 5th. Things go better with Coke. And that's what they tell you on that commercial. You just don't know what they're telling you. You think they're talking about the soda? They are talking about the soda, but they're talking about the drug as well. And that's why cocaine experiences a great sale on Christmas. Reefer, great sale on Christmas. Alcohol. The ABC stores stay open extra late, and you may see signs. Open late for the holidays.
That's right, that's right.
Want to make sure you get your alcohol, your poison. Not to celebrate the birth of Jesus, but to celebrate Satan. So now who was born on December 25th? Nimrod.
That's right.
A wicked king, so wicked and evil and perverse, he married his own mother.
That's right.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That's right. Teach on that.
Married his own mother. And when Nimrod passed away, his mother, in order to keep the power in the hands of the family, told their subjects that an evergreen tree grew where Nimrod was buried, and he was still present with us in the form of an evergreen tree. And on the day of his birthday, she told the people, the subjects, go and bring presents. Acts of tribute to the tree. Put it under the tree and pay tribute to your King Nimrod. Do you see what we're doing? Yes, arch to see. And the businessmen, they know that this is false. But they capitalize on it, brother. Off of the poor. Off of the poor. You spend your hard-earned money, you got to have Christmas presents. You ain't talked to Aunt Lucy all year long. But December come, and well, we got to buy Aunt Lucy something. We got to buy Uncle Ned something. You ain't talked to them all year long. Neglected your children all year long, but on that day, you know, they gotta have something or you ain't a good parent. Now, we went to an event, a gathering called Call to Action, where black people came together, sincere black people who want to see solutions to the problems that beset us here in Orlando. And the solution that she offered was to gather all the children who otherwise could not enjoy Christmas because their family was too poor. Bring them to one location, and then each of us make a commitment to buy a table at this event, or as much as we can, and the money would be used to give gifts to the present, to the children on Christmas. The motive is beautiful. The solution is irrelevant. Our people want to be right. Our people want to do something, but you don't know what to do because all of your actions are in the parameters of that which is acceptable by your enemy. And the enemy will never stop what they're doing as long as they know that they can shoot a black child down, strangle a black man, rape a black woman, put their knee in the back of a black child, take a little girl and drag her across the floor, and we stand by and do nothing at all except lament. Petition the school board. Try that with a white child. Let a black officer take a white girl, and because she don't want to give up her cell phone, let a black officer snatch that white girl and slam her to the ground and drag her across the floor.
Yep.
Now what you think her father's going to do?
Talk about it.
He ain't going to the court.
What shots?
Is he? No, that white boy ain't going to the court. He trying to find that black officer. He don't care if he got a gun, badge, or whatever. but he's going to deal.
Right. That's right.
And the reality of it is you ain't gonna never hear that on the news.
That's right.
That's the same principle that extends in the manifestation of how we treat each other, young brothers.
That's right. That's right.
You member of a street organization or a gang? Are you fighting, killing, drive-by shooting? And you don't do that in the white neighborhood. You don't drive by in SeaWorld.
That's right.
You ain't driving by in Disneyland, are you? You ain't driving by Universal Theaters or Universal Studios. You drive by in your own neighborhood and shoot your own black brother down. Why? Because this is my hood. And he ain't got no business in my hood. Your hood, you could barely pay rent in your hood. And you don't own anything. Ain't got your name on no mortgage, on no square foot of no block in the neighborhood, but it's your hood.
That's right.
You own nothing. And you kill your own brother for that which does not belong to you.
That's right.
Well, this is my territory because this is where I push drugs. I don't want nobody coming into my territory. Sure, they're going to let you push drugs. You don't think that they know exactly who is pushing the drugs in the hood as much cheese as your boys is eating?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
You think they ain't gonna rat you out? That's my homie, man. He down. Down for life, man. Riding down, nigga, that's my dog.
Yeah.
Well, let your dog get off for 50 years. That dog start whining. Start barking. They know what you're doing, brother. They let you do it as long as it stays in your community. But try to go down to Disneyland and say, look, I got it. What y'all need? I got 5, 10. Go to Universal Studios, try that. They got money. You can't say they ain't got no cash now. Because they got bank. But you ain't going there, are you? You'll be put under the jail. And the key will be thrown away. So you ain't fooling nobody. Look, this whole thing has been turned upside down and inside out. And as long as you continue to look for justice and solutions from your enemies and the perpetrators of injustice, you'll never have it. Ever since our fathers set the soles of their feet in the Western Hemisphere, justice has been our cry, freedom has been our cry, equity has been our cry. Do we have it? That's 450 years plus. How many marches have we had? How many protests have we had? How many demonstrations have we had?
Come on.
Huh? How many of our children have died outside of the law of justice and they call it justifiable?
Come on.
Can't you see that they are either unwilling and or unable to give us what we're crying out for? We got to give it to ourselves. So how do we do it? We redistribute the pain.
That's right.
Did you know that Martin Luther King Jr. in his last speech before he was assassinated, he said, we have to boycott. He said, all we're saying is that you all have not treated us well.
Come on.
And if you refuse to treat us well, our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support. This is King now. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And this is what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is saying. This is your power. Do you know you get $1.3 to $4 trillion out of the American economy? Black people, not once in a lifetime, every year. $1.3 to $4 trillion. You don't know what $1 trillion